Hi, this is Jerry. Today I want to share the story of one legendary investor, Warren Buffett, who just announced his formal retirement a few days ago. He is not only one greatest investor, but also one life coach for many people. Today, let's review his epic life. They call him the Oracle of Omaha, a man who turned patience into power and discipline into $100 billion legacy. But long before the fame, long before the crowds, long before the headlines, he was just a young boy in Nebraska, fascinated by numbers, patterns, and the idea that money can grow while you sleep. This is the extraordinary story of Warren Buffett, not just how he became one of the richest men on earth, but how he mastered the long game and taught the world what true success really looks like. Warren Edward Buffett was born in Omaha in 1930, right in the heart of the Great Depression. Most families feared poverty, but young Warren, he saw opportunity in every corner of life. By age 6, he was buying packs of Coca-Cola and selling them bottle by bottle for a profit. By 11, while most kids played marbles, Warren bought his first stock, City's Service Preferred, 3 shares for himself and 3 for his sister. He sold too early, and the stock soared after he sold. In that painful moment, the world's greatest investor learned his first lesson. The stock market rewards patience. It was a lesson that would define the next 80 years of his life. Warren didn't grow up rich, but he grew up curious. He devoured books on business, markets, and psychology. At age 14, he filed his first tax return, deducting his bicycle as a business expense. By the time he reached college, Warren had one obsession: finding the greatest teacher in the world, and he did. At Columbia University, he met Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. Graham taught him the philosophy that would guide his life. But Warren didn't just absorb Graham's wisdom, he evolved it and would eventually surpass the master himself. After being rejected by Harvard Business School, yes, rejected, Warren returned to Omaha and launched his investment partnerships in 1956. What followed was one of the greatest investing streaks in history. Buffett delivered returns so consistent, so extraordinary, that early investors became millionaires many times over. I will not lose your money. This wasn't just investing, it was trust, and people felt it. In 1962, Buffett found a struggling textile company, Berkshire Hathaway. It wasn't glamorous, far from it, but it was cheap. He began buying shares. A small argument with its management pushed him further, and eventually, Buffett bought the entire company. Most investors would have walked away, but Warren saw something different. By the 1970s and 1980s, Berkshire was no longer a textile mill. It became a holding empire, one that would own or invest in companies like Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, BNSF Railway, Apple, Kraft Heinz. Buffett wasn't just buying stocks, he was buying pieces of American history. Every legend has a partner. For Warren Buffett, that partner was Charlie Munger. Warren, it's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. The lessons of their partnership echo far beyond investing. Choose people who elevate you, stay humble, share credit value, integrity over everything. Warren Buffett is not great because he is smarter than everyone. He is great because he mastered the qualities most people ignore. 1. Patience. He can wait decades for the right opportunity. 2. Emotional discipline. He once said, "The stock market is designed to transfer money from the impatient to the patient." 3. Lifelong learning. Buffett reads 500 plus pages a day. Lose money for the firm, and I will be understanding. Lose a shred of reputation, and I will be ruthless. And 5. Simplicity. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. He eats McDonald's for breakfast. He drives himself to work. No private jets, no mansions, no luxury lifestyle. To Buffett, wealth is not about consumption, it's about freedom. Freedom to think, freedom to choose, freedom to give. Warren Buffett has pledged 99% of his fortune to charity. One of the largest acts of philanthropy in history. He co-founded the Giving Pledge with Bill and Melinda Gates, asking the world's billionaires to commit the majority of their wealth to help others. If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. His wealth built companies and economies, but his generosity will shape generations. Every year, thousands of people travel to Omaha to hear Buffett speak, not for stock tips, but for wisdom. His principles apply to every life. Invest in yourself. Surround yourself with people better than you. Avoid toxic people. Be consistent. Play the long game. Build a reputation that money can't buy. Work only with those you admire. He reminds us that success is not an event, but a lifetime of habits repeated daily. Warren Buffett's story is not just about becoming rich, it's about becoming wise. A boy who sold Coke bottles became a man who built an empire, not by chasing trends, but by mastering himself. His life teaches us that patience is power, discipline creates freedom, and the long game always wins. You don't need to be born wealthy. You don't need to be a genius. You simply need to make better decisions and stick with them longer than anyone else. This is the legacy of Warren Buffett, a legend not because he made billions, but because he showed the world how to live a life worth more than money.